Welcome to the Web Report. My name is Stuart Webb. Today I wanted to just do a quick video about Antarctica. What is going on there? Okay, well, most people aren't thinking about Antarctica, but due to this recent live stream incident, we're just going to chat about it for a minute or two. Let's play this kind of news report on the situation.
The remote and icebound continent of Antarctica has long existed as one of the most restricted and mysterious regions on Earth, governed not by a single nation, but by a network of international treaties, scientific agreements, and tightly controlled expedition protocols. It was into this highly controlled environment that kick-streamer Vagabond stepped, unknowingly setting off one of the most viral and controversial livestream incidents in recent memory.
IRL on Antarctica, boys. IRL on Antarctica.
Hello. How's it going? Not that good. So you have a Starlink. Yeah. Okay. It's confiscated. You will receive it all the way back.
You can't use it on the land?
Say that?
You can't use it on the land?
No.
Okay. We checked it in biosecurity yesterday and they don't have a problem really going on, but you're the captain, so it's all yours.
Okay. You will receive it in the end of this week. Okay.
Okay, cool.
It's not provided. They are not anything that is related to the internet connection, cybersecurity is completely forbidden.
Really? So no one's allowed to have a Starlink?
No. Not even electricity.
Really? On
Vagabond.
Not even a piece of paper, huh? You can't even have a piece of paper on. I guess you can't document anything if you're just a regular civilian if you visit Antarctica. So almost no one really is on on your day-to-day things you're thinking about. You're probably not thinking about Antarctica for obvious reasons, right? But I'll tell you what. Now I'm thinking about Antarctica, and I've watched quite a few videos just learning about Antarctica. Fascinating. But why aren't you allowed to live stream on Antarctica? I mean, this guy live streamed for 10 seconds, basically. And we saw, some people in the background and the ground and maybe some water. So that's suspicious. And people will give, the official reasons will be, it's environmental concerns, safety concerns, all the normal things. But we're talking about supposedly a giant continent of basically ice and rock, right? I mean, so that's interesting that you cannot live stream. And even if you can afford to go there and even get there as a civilian, you have to jump through a ton of hoops. There's a ton of regulations. It costs a ton of money. And then when you get there, you can't really even document anything. You're taken to a specific place that's controlled, highly controlled, and that's it, right? So there is reason for us to just say, that's a little weird. Okay, so there's the Antarctica Treaty that was signed by close to 60 countries back in the 50s, and it basically says there's a treaty that we can't do any military. There can't be any. It can't be used for military purposes. Which, okay, I don't buy that at all. But it's supposed to be for peaceful use. Okay, so peaceful use. Well, I don't see why you can't live stream then. That's that's peaceful. It's just observing and documenting what's there. It says, peaceful use only, scientific freedom. Okay, well, if you can't live stream, you can't document, that doesn't make any sense. And so you read about this a little bit, and it's fascinating. Antarctica is, it's a very interesting. It's just interesting to learn about, but why can't we live stream there? So let me go. We can supposedly we've gone to other planets, right? The moon, etc. We can live stream from space. So you're telling me, look, we have a live stream of space right here. Just Googled it. This is this is one of the top live streams, but you can just live stream our planet from space, supposedly, right? But yeah, look, we're just live streaming from space, but we can't live stream from Antarctica, a place that's actually on the planet. That doesn't make any sense at all. So most of us were not thinking about Antarctica. Now I'm thinking about it a little bit. There's all kinds of theories, but I think what really frustrates people is that we're being told by governments across the world, including our own, that we know are extremely corrupt, ran by pretty wicked people, and they're telling us we can't go to this continent. Not that anyone was really going to try to go anyway, but now maybe people will want to go. But you're telling us we can't like live stream, we can't have information, like we can't be transparent about what's on this continent. So there's a million theories that you could come up with. Some are more compelling than others, but there's obviously it's an extremely monitored, regulated environment on this continent by the military. Okay, like if you try to go there, there's obviously a massive military, and maybe not massive military presence, but an extreme military presence, because this guy live streamed for 10 seconds and now he's getting shut down by a guy, probably he sounded French, so some guy with the French government, or some foreign government that says you can't live stream, and we're going to take your Starlink, and you can't even. He says you can't even have a piece of paper on the island if you visit there. What? So, extremely suspicious. I wasn't thinking about Antarctica until this came out, so I don't know. Maybe that's by design. I also wanted to quickly show this trailer of Disclosure Day, which is a Steven Spielberg film, a trailer that just came out. The movie's going to come out in a couple months. Our government, I don't trust them one bit, so I'm going to take everything they say with a grain of salt. But they're obviously starting to at least tell us their version, of their version of what's actually really going on. I don't believe it for a second, but they are starting to reveal things. They show us in movies first, but the last couple of years, the government, how much talk have we heard about, the government's going to release files about aliens and all these things. I don't believe, I believe a lot of that's going to be deception. But they are trying to tell us something. They're trying to condition us to accept unbelievable things, but their version of it, though. Their version of the unbelievable things. So just watch this trailer and what they're trying to condition us for.
We're interrupting our coverage. There has been a threat to publicly release government material long shrouded in secrecy. Are they people? Do you think there could be others?
People have a right to know the truth.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world, all at once.
If you do this, there's no undoing it.
There will be no other day like tomorrow.
So that's just one ad about this, or one trailer. But essentially what they're trying to condition us, it's clearly conditioning for we're really gonna tell you what's going on. Like we've been conversing with aliens. All this stuff, you need to use judgment and discernment when they come out with certain things. You need to understand. You need to understand why they're doing it, and you need to ask why they're doing it. You need to ask yourself, why are these people telling us this story? Okay. And this whole green alien thing that's been fed to us in Hollywood for decades and decades, it's just not true. I'm not saying there's not creatures that they can make look like these little alien guys. Yeah, I'm sure that's the case. But like aliens, another species coming to our planet, I don't believe that one bit. Now, I do believe in the spiritual realm and devils and demons and all those things. And I believe that the wicked humans here on this earth are doing terrible things and manipulating God's creations. So there's that going on, but that's what I believe. So just understand when the people in power are telling you their version of their story or what they want you to believe, just use judgment and discernment, okay? But the last couple of years, aliens have been this huge thing. Oh, they're going to reveal that we've been interacting with aliens. I mean, all the Area 51 stuff, just like I don't know. It's just kind of ridiculous. But they are going to try to deceive us. They're going to try to deceive us into doing things that we normally wouldn't do. Or it's kind of like in 2020. They fed us this thing, and then they said, well, you've got to do this in order to survive. Give up your freedoms, give up your free will, all that stuff, and listen to us and trust us. So that's what this whole Antarctica thing in general is just making me think about. Well, what's going on there? Like, why are there, like, essentially secret, like, why is there a military presence that will shut you down if you live stream for 10 seconds if you're a civilian? So people think that there's, an ancient civilization or evidence of ancient technology and an ancient civilization, which, well, there's obviously something there. I mean, there's obviously something there that they don't want us to see. So that's interesting. Again, I mean, if you think back to biblical times, like when there was the flood, I mean, I believe that. So, scientists will say that never happened, and but they'll also tell us that we went to the moon, okay? That yes, we definitely walked on, and everything that you were shown back, all that was real, that's a whole nother topic. But then we can't believe that God, the creator, actually could flood the entire earth. So and maybe cover up a civilization that I mean, like the elites talk about Atlantis in the middle of the Atlantic, like an ancient civilization. They believe that stuff. So it's not outlandish to think that maybe Antarctica, maybe there was at one time a civilization there, and it was covered up. And again, I look back to things like the flood, the Great Flood, that changed our world. It altered the Earth. So anyway, if you weren't thinking about Antarctica, now maybe you are. I'm not going to lose sleep over Antarctica, but it just is interesting, and it makes me think about just in general the narratives that we're being told, that we're being fed. And here's also one thing, the people in power, they tell us one story for decades, and then they say we're crazy if we question it. Then when conspiracy theorists are proven correct, then they say, well, of course that's what was going on. Perfect example. You ever said, the weather seems a little bit weird. Well, you were called crazy if you said, I think maybe there's something going on with the weather, maybe there's a government program that's manipulating it, or government programs. So you were called, you're a nut job. You were told you were a nut job if you just simply said, this seems kind of weird and suspicious, what's going on with the weather. You were called a nut job, and now it's mainstream. KSL, or the local news stations here in Utah, ABC 30 or ABC 4 here in Utah. I just covered this a few weeks ago. They're just admitting now that they're cloud seeding and that they're engineering the weather and they're manipulating it. They're just telling us. And then they're again gaslighting. I know that's like maybe an overused term, but it's just lying to your face, like lying. You get caught red-handed, and you just lie right in front. You are committing the crime, and then you say, I'm not committing the crime, like as you're doing it. So we should be suspicious of the people that have been lying to us, known liars. We should be questioning known liars, simply just questioning them. Like, we need to question known liars, and the people in power have been lying to us for a long time. So we should, it's valid and intelligent, using critical thinking skills, to just question people that have been lying to us, obviously, for many decades. It's very reasonable. So, look, the Antarctica thing, I can't tell you what for sure is going on down there, but it is very suspicious, and it's interesting. And just in general, Antarctica is would it be cool to kind of explore that place? Yeah, it would be. I don't think it's beyond the realm of reason to expect that we can have a live stream from some places in Antarctica, considering we have live streams from just outside our orbit in space, right? So, anyway, those are my thoughts. Again, I'm sure people have the official reasons. We can't go there because the environment, it's so important, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm sure they can give us a million reasons why we shouldn't be able to live stream for, more than 10 seconds. So anyway, that's all I got for you on Antarctica.